4.
And where your muscle at?
He'll be regaining.
Okay, whatever. Welcome into. Oh, I need to go to the chiropractor. Welcome into episode 18 of Through the Whistle.
Unity? Maybe just.
Time to country time.
Maybe he needs to reopen the show.
Oh no, we keeping that one.
That was pretty nasty.
Welcome in episode 18 once again. You know, like, share, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, y'all been sucking with the likes. Y'all have been sucking.
Oh.
With the likes. No, listen.
Whoa.
Listen, see, you already went on that train, big dog. I'm not.
That train?
You.
All right, let me chill out before we get taken down by the FCC.
Yeah, you. I think you need to relax.
Hey, I know we don't really do free ads around here. McDonald's, whatever y'all do with this dang Coke Zero, I don't know who is making it, who's distributing it to y'all.
It's the same people that put the Sprite, the amazing Sprite in there.
It's great.
So is a Sprite from McDonald's. I'm pretty sure, just like the high C from McDonald's is also top tier.
Dr. Pepper. Found Dr. Pepper's the best Dr. Pepper.
I mean, I guess. I wouldn't. I don't just randomly like, hey, I want a fountain Dr. Pepper.
See, that's your problem. See, that's your kid's problem. Y'all ain't going out here getting the fountain Dr. Peppers.
Okay.
These kids. Anyways, we have a lot to react to. You know, college football playoff rankings came out. It just dropped. New dog in town.
Yeah.
I'm lying. It's still the Ducks. Ducks still number 1.
Oh.
Sadly. Sorry to spoil it for you. Y'all don't know the rankings. But, we got some good football this upcoming weekend.
We definitely do.
College basketball just started.
Who cares?
NBA basketball is going on.
Don't care.
I think they play on a day of the week. I don't really.
The one thing I know about NBA right now is that the Bucks suck.
Yeah.
Giannis probably needs to get traded this season.
Yeah, Giannis made this bet. He needs to lay in it.
Nah,
you said I want Dame.
Hey, listen,
And guess what?
I was watching. I think it was Pick a Side. They were talking about a Giannis trade to OKC.
No.
They said the only reason they should go for that is because OKC has like five picks from the Clippers.
Still.
And the Clippers this year look like dog shit.
Yeah, their best player is James Harden.
So
Kawhi's missed the whole season.
I mean, imagine like trading Giannis. You tell me you wouldn't trade Giannis for possibility, the first pick, another top 5 pick, and what
Throwing Chet.
You're not getting Chet with that.
Why not?
You're automatically you're automatically you're more than likely getting like 5 picks, 5, 6 first rounders for Giannis. You're not getting Chet with that.
I'm definitely getting a player out of this.
Oh no, yeah, I mean what, like Lou Dort?
Don't sleep on Lou Dort now.
I mean, that's cool.
Sleep on Lou Dort now.
Lou Dort, or I mean, if I was them, I would try to get J-Dub, but I don't think they would trade J-Dub.
Which one?
The good one. But I mean Dort, and what, 6 first rounders from the Clippers for the next 2-3 years?
Why not?
I would consider it.
I'm doing it. I'm about to lose him for nothing.
And then trade Dame to?
Oh no, you just let Dame stay there so you can actually have people come and watch you play basketball.
I mean, but you can get more first rounders with Dame though.
What, to Miami?
I mean,
shit! Hold on now. I know we ain't supposed to talk about basketball, but
I mean,
hold on.
It's possible.
Hold on.
It's possible.
How many picks do you think he can get from Miami?
Probably about 2 or 3. I mean, depending on if you want a player back or not.
Tyler Hero on 2 first.
I'll take it. Pause. I'll take that.
Now you low-key valid, low-key.
I will take that.
That's a win-win-win. Win.
Yeah. And then I would say.
But how would Shea and Giannis play together though?
That would be fraud. That would be fraud. I think the OKC one would be fraud only because I don't know how they will all play. Because I mean, Chet is.
It's all within the.
Chet, but you're losing Dort, which means that you're low-key creating more space.
Yeah, because you have to
Dort,
check to set the 3-point line. And Giannis becomes your big.
I mean, you're trying to run the same thing with Dame and Greek with Shea and Giannis, but
less shooting ability.
I mean, but Shea, it's not like Shea can't shoot.
He just refuses to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, but when he does shoot, he's a solid
33,
3-point 35, 30, yeah,
that's not bad.
He's not bad. I mean, I would take that.
I mean, because then you're Milwaukee. You got Tyler Hero, Lou Dort, possibly J-Dub, with Chris Middleton whenever he comes back. I mean, in the East, that's a play-in team.
I still mess around and still. I'm low-key. I don't even need J-Dub only because, like, I'm going to try to rebuild. I'm probably going to look. If I trade Giannis, I'm probably trying to trade Chris Middleton as well to get off of that contract. And to Dame, I mean, you can look at maybe Miami. Shoot, the Timberwolves.
Dame to the Timberwolves?
Will be fire.
Hold on now. What? Are we cooking right now?
Timberwolves. I mean, there's plenty of teams that can probably use Dame. I mean,
yeah, because you dang near got to go full on tank.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think they don't have their picks, so they traded all their picks to.
But it'll be the Clippers' picks. The Clippers ain't looking too hot.
Yeah, so you're still getting top picks.
That's 2 chances of getting a top 10.
5. Getting top 5, yes. Let it up.
All right, we're doing the NBA episode next week. I'm sorry. We're doing the NBA episode next week. Because now my brain's going, I'm like, oh, shit. Like, bow. Bow,
You're welcome. For all you people that get mad about us not talking about the NBA, there you go. You got a good, 5 minutes right there.
It's a good 5 minutes.
You're welcome. And that was not on the docket.
I was not.
It
was not on the paper.
Not on the rundown.
Anyways, let's get back to what is on the paper.
Yes.
College football playoff rankings.
Yes, they dropped.
If you want to call them that. You want to call them the AP poll part 2.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Honestly, I was not too surprised. I mean, SEC bias, Big Ten bias, obviously. But I mean, we obviously on the rundown we have things that teams that were overrated, underrated.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna just jump straight into that. Let's
Mosh pit.
If I'm BYU, I'm pissed.
I'm very upset.
I'm pissed. I mean,
I'm number 9. I have a top.
Two. You got two top
13 wins.
No, 2 top 25 wins, and Miami looks like dog shit on defense every game. And how am I not at least? I don't even gotta be ranked higher than them. How am I not ranked right with them? Because at this point, honestly, if I'm looking at as BYU, I'm looking as if how can I get past them? Because I mean, obviously, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4 of who gets the first round bye. It's Oregon will be Oregon, SEC championship probably gonna be get the number 2 spot, and then we got 3 Miami and 4 will be BYU if they go undefeated. If I'm BYU, I'm looking at Miami like I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, their schedule is not top tier, but why is Miami's isn't either? Their best one is what, Louisville? I mean, granted, they just beat Clemson, but I beat SMU and I beat another top 25 team.
Think about it like this: SMU plays Miami in the ACC championship game, and they barely beat. Like they win.
It's a close one. Yeah,
I went to SMU and
beat
I
them.
won.
Yeah,
that's a better win.
It definitely is. It definitely is. I don't know. I don't understand it. Again, this is just if I'm looking at as a BYU fan. What more do I need to do? Because I mean, they're taxing teams. I mean, I'm not saying
they're not playing around.
Yeah. So again, like we're talking about, and I will add another top 25 win if they win the ACC. I mean the Big 12. But it's just like, gang, what more do you want from me? And I don't get it because look, if they was an SEC team right now, SEC team,
they'll be top 5.
Top 5. They'll be top 3. And they might not, and they wouldn't be 3. They would not be 3. Let's be honest. And my other gripe with it a little bit, again, if I'm looking at it as a team, Indiana, we talked about it. They might. We're talking about if they lose this Ohio State game, they might be out. Look, I mean, if they come in at number 8. Mm-hmm. If don't give me a 14-point L, a 14-point L, they might mess around and drop to 12, and then it's like, okay, you're hoping that you just sneak in, because I mean, at that point you're looking at the winner of Alabama and LSU. They're jumping. They're most definitely coming out there.
You're praying Texas A&M doesn't beat Texas,
and you're praying that that Georgia does not lose this weekend
to Tennessee.
And no, not even to Tennessee, to Ole Miss.
Oh yeah,
if they lose to Ole Miss, and then if Ole Miss does that and Georgia beats Tennessee, then you're basically screwed. I mean, Indiana was one loss. I would consider that. I mean, granted, they haven't played shit.
But they're
taxing
playing
shit.
like they haven't played shit.
Yeah, but they're taxing shit.
Yes.
Like, I know I just said about BYU, but Indiana's demolishing. Number one in like margin. So it's like, you look at this, you compare this to last season. Georgia had basically this same like schedule as Indiana,
and they carried the number one spot the whole year.
They were number 2, number 1, damn near every ranking until they lost. And it was just like, if Indiana had, I mean, I don't know if they're doing it because Indiana is not really, a power. But like, I mean, last year, even for Michigan's best win at the first time of the rankings, their best win was Minnesota and Rutgers. Those weren't. Granted, Indiana's beating Nebraska, who just gave a tough matchup to Ohio State and beat a top 20 college football playoff ranking team in Colorado. So it's not like they're over here just playing just scrubs, but they're winning by 32 points a game.
Yeah.
In this whole entire thing, and Michigan last year was winning by 34, and their best win was, again, Rutgers and Minnesota. We're talking about last year. Georgia at this point in time, best wins were Kentucky and Florida, who were garbage. Kentucky was solid, but
Florida was.
I'll compare Kentucky to probably Nebraska or Washington, but it's like they were ranked 100th in strength of schedule.
On top of that, Georgia was struggling in multiple games last year too.
And Dale was only winning by 25 points compared to Indiana, who is winning by 32, and Georgia's strength of schedule last year was 100. Indiana's was 103. Georgia was ranked top 2.
Yeah.
I just don't understand that. If I'm them, I'm pissed. I'm looking for at least to be closer to Penn State, at least Penn State or Tennessee. I mean, you can't really say closer, but I mean, I'm just saying I'm undefeated. Granted, if you want to put Tennessee up there, cool.
Yeah, respect it. Because then you have a de facto kind of like playoff game-ish with Georgia and Tennessee, and you're like, okay, well, they lose, we can move up.
Right, but are you really dropping Georgia that far, though?
Because Georgia loses to Tennessee, right? How far are they going to lose?
They're not dropping. They're dropping to what, 8?
They damn near had to stay close to Texas.
And then you got to think that's the same week that Indiana plays Ohio State. So you're not jumping.
So it's a double-edged sword.
You're already you're giving yourself room for Georgia to lose. Sure. You're already saying, okay, Georgia, you and Ohio State have room. You have room for error. You're allowed to lose another game. Georgia, I don't think they can lose 2 games. Or honestly, I don't know. Depending on what game it is that Georgia loses, that they can bounce back. Because if they lose to Ole Miss, I don't know how far they drop. Now they lose to Tennessee only, then it's a conversation.
Yeah.
But Ole Miss, I feel like, because if they lose to Ole Miss, who is outside of the top 14, you have to
drop behind Alabama too.
And you have to move Ole Miss all the way into the picture, and you can't still have Georgia in there.
Yeah.
So it's they set themselves up for
absolute failure,
chaos if shit fucks up this weekend. If any, which usually it does.
Yeah.
Because how
Initial
often
rankings
never said it's never said
the
the
number
same.
one team in the initial rankings only made it. Well, only entered number one like 3 or 4 times.
And it's not. I don't see it staying that way. Obviously, because we have so many elimination games coming up. It's just like you're letting. I think Ohio State and Oregon. I feel like Ohio State, Oregon, and Miami are probably the only 3 locks that are for sure in the playoff. I don't think Ohio State, regardless.
You're talking about in a win-out regular season. Why?
Win out regular season. I don't think. Well, I can't even say that because honestly,
I don't think Ohio State has to win out.
I don't think they do either. Because I was just about to say, I think
Indiana,
I think
they're
they're
number 10.
I don't even think they're dropping that far. Because I think they're probably dropping to number 9, 8-ish, and Indiana's moving up to probably number 2.
Y'all can fuck around and still be number 5.
Yep, no, truly.
But Penn State
Truly.
number 6.
Yeah, and that's giving you.
Like,
Okay, so.
wall, you're right there.
Exactly. And I think Penn State probably is a lock as well if they win out. Because I don't see them dropping that, they're 6th?
Yeah.
I don't think that they're dropping that far winning out. There's just no way.
My problem, I know before the season started, we talked about like, hey, certain mid-majors need to start at a certain spot because your schedule's not going to be good enough for you to just keep jumping throughout the season. I mean, damn, I can say the same thing about Indiana.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, Penn State hasn't played nobody this year.
No.
They were struggling with Bowling Green. Like, what are we talking about? Indiana's put belt to ass every week.
Yeah.
You're telling me if Indiana started as, let's say, even number 15 this season, they're not a top 5 team right now? Because, I talked about this the other day. Indiana loses to Ohio State 27-21. They show that their offense can do more against Ohio State's defense than Penn State did. Penn State can't move the ball at all. Penn State gets to stay ahead of them. Why? They play better. I test Indiana's way better.
Yeah.
They don't have
The offense is
the offense is way better.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback, starting quarterback, third string quarterback, Ty Belcher quarterback. They gonna put some fucking points on the board.
Yeah.
So that was my most overrated team. I don't think Penn State should have been top 6. I don't think they should have been top 8 because
It's reasonable.
they shouldn't be over BYU. They shouldn't be over Indiana. They shouldn't be over Tennessee. And I'm not going to lie to you. Don't look now. They shouldn't be in over Notre Dame right now. Because Notre Dame's playing some very good football.
Yeah,
right now.
good complementary football. And
Tongue twister right there.
it's just like, but I would say that I had this conversation with Reese last night. It was kind of funny because I sat there and talked to him. I was like, do you honestly believe, like, because the matchup right now would be Notre Dame versus Penn State at Penn State. I said, do you feel confident, because he's a Notre Dame fan, do you feel confident that you think that y'all would go into Happy Valley and take that dub?
If it's during the day, I 100%
I don't think I don't believe that. Notre Dame, I feel like, is under center version of Penn State. That's literally what I think they are. I just think that Penn State's offense is literally exactly what Riley Leonard and Notre Dame is, just in shotgun. Literally, that's what it is. And you might have a better tight end. Instead, they might have a better
O-line in general.
And that's it. But then I'm taking the Penn State skill players over Notre Dame, which is not good. It's not good. And Penn State and Notre Dame's front sevens are basically a wash. I'm not too mad about, because I mean, you're still taking the fact that Notre Dame's loss is still to Northern Illinois. Mm-hmm. But they're better. They have the better win, but they have the worst loss.
They by far the worst loss.
But what the thing is with me is, like I said, with the whole playoff committee, with the chaos stuff, all this stuff plays out. Say Boise wins out and BYU loses one of these games, but they still win out the conference. Are you truly telling me that you're putting BYU over Boise, and say Boise doesn't get the first round bye? Your only losses to the number 1 team in the nation who has the same type of loss as Ohio State. The same type of loss. They're both on the road. They're one possession games, and we talked about it. truly, Boise State's loss is probably better than Ohio State's loss. Only on the simple fact is there's all the controversy that happened in the game. Boise State messed around, should have won that game.
It took a kick return to win the game.
Listen, and honestly, that the little controversy with the fumble that wasn't called a fumble. Ohio State, yes, there was a slide, but Boise State, granted, they're not playing anybody for sure. But that loss to Oregon, why are you telling me? If I'm Boise State, I'm looking at you. You're telling me that Ohio State's the number 2 team in the nation for doing the exact same thing that we did. Granted, they have a better win against Penn State, but tell me what we aren't doing that they're doing.
Literally. I went out there and lost number 1.
I did the same exact thing and lost in the closing seconds. And I'm Boise State. And I did that at night as well, in the beginning of the season.
2 games in. Oh, shit.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Boise State has the same conversation. They're looking at it like we had the same resume as Ohio State. Tell me why we're not ranked higher than at least BYU. Tell me why we don't get that.
I mean, shit. SMU can have the same argument with half the teams in the top 10 too.
I'm just saying.
My only loss is to the number 9 team in the nation who's undefeated, who's probably about to represent their conference in the playoffs.
I'm just saying, dog. They're setting themselves up for failure. I get it. It's difficult to put all these teams into the rankings because you have to still look like you're playing who you're playing. I get it. Because if Ohio State was playing Boise State's schedule, they'd probably be winning by 100. And they'll have the same Indiana type of margin of victory as everybody else. But it's just like, okay, at what point is it that you're crediting the people that they're winning? They can't control it. They can't. And it's even crazier because then you're punishing Boise State because instead they're going to be the 12th seed. And then they had to go to Ohio State. Not getting a first round bye. No, you're going on the road as the worst team in the nation. In the playoff, and you have to play the best team that you can in the entire playoff at that round. Yeah. I'm pissed.
Now I'm mad because hypothetical. Let's go on this hypothetical train. BYU wins out into the conference championship game. They play Colorado. Colorado ends the season route like number 15. Let's say Alabama beats LSU. Indiana loses to Ohio State. So Boise State's about number 11-ish. BYU loses. Would you be surprised if they had Colorado jump Boise State in that situation?
Well, I mean,
win against BYU.
If they beat BYU,
in the conference,
they will have to have Colorado in there.
Colorado had to be in there, but I'm talking about because Colorado.
Would you say? What you talking about? BYU? Would you say? Would they get? Are you talking about? Would they get the bye?
Yeah. Who do you think will get the bye?
BYU, not BYU. Boise State deserves that bye if Colorado wins the conference. They deserve it, regardless. I don't care. I get it that they.
Because you're starting a slippery slope if you don't give it to them.
Yeah, no, regardless. Because I mean, then it's at that point. It's like we scheduled a big team in a non-conference.
We were supposed to do.
And we played our asses off. Like legitimately, we played our asses off.
Literally 34-37 loss at Oregon.
There will be zero. The only loss that would be better would be Ohio State if they win that game. If Ohio State wins the rematch, there is no loss that will be better than what Boise State has. And you're telling me that a 2 to 3 loss Colorado team is over us? No. I am having that conversation with whoever is in the playoff committee. Like, listen, dog. What do you want me to do?
What is your point? Because first of all, we had to schedule these games 3 years out. These games were literally scheduled back when I was in elementary school, damn near. Like. These games were scheduled a decade out in advance. You think they fucking knew about some, we're going to have a 12-team playoff, you know? No. Because if you want to go for, hey, man, your schedule's not up to par. Well, why don't you make my schedule then? You don't have a governing body. You don't have a commissioner. So why am I being punished for playing the games that I put on my schedule? I play a Power 5 team on my schedule. I lost by
by 3
field goal
to the best team in the nation
that they kicked with 3 minutes left in the game. There's nothing more that I could have done. I went out there. I handled every single team. Y'all think I'm good because y'all had me as a top 12 team in the initial rankings.
And I'm a group of 5 team, and you're still telling me, like, again, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Because I literally have a Heisman winner, a Heisman candidate in my backfield, and you're telling me that Colorado, who granted may have the Heisman winner, but is not doing better than us.
Literally.
And you're
let's call a spade a spade. Colorado goes and plays at Oregon. Oh my God, it might be a bloodbath.
And not even that. I saw what Colorado did to Nebraska, and they lost. I mean, and this is, like I said, there's going to be
digging this hole.
Yeah, they're going to have to lay in it because there's going to be issues. Everybody thought that it was going to be too many teams in the playoff.
Oh no, now
exactly. Now everybody's going to be looking at it like legitimately, this playoff, we need to expand it, and everybody's going to be like, hold on, whoa, y'all just told us that it was too many. Now it's not enough. Mm-hmm. And now we make it to 14. Then it's going to be when we get to that 14 mark. We might as well rack.
Why should I not be in it? Because my initial pushback on it was, bro, it's too many teams. Yeah. Top 4 is always gonna be way better than the rest of them. Shit. NIL said, hey, come take a walk with me. I'm gonna
hold my beer.
I'm gonna level this out a little bit. Hey, this Gruntle 5-star, you're mad because the coach who recruited you here, he left. So how about you pull up his transfer portal, come back home to the crib. We got some money out here for you. Boom. So this whole little landscape,
no, it's even out.
It's even. Because 4 or 5 years ago, I'm like, oh yeah, this little conversation we're having, I'm like, who cares? Yeah. Alabama's on a dog walk 'em, Clemson's on a dog walk 'em, Ohio State's on a dog walk 'em with Justin Fields. Who cares? But now it's
everything's
I'm not
even.
gonna lie to you.
You cannot tell me what team. If I put a gun to your head right now and tell me you cannot miss who's going to win a national championship, you will be stuck. You will be like,
you would literally just be blind shot in the dark because
there's no dominant
team. You can probably legitimately make a case for probably 5 or 6 teams.
You're making a case for probably the entire top 8.
Because Oregon, they're playing the best football in the freaking
They look
nation.
like the most complete team.
Ohio State, they bounced back from their loss.
And they probably have the most talent out of everybody in the nation.
Georgia.
You trust
have one of the best defenses in the nation. You have the best head coach in the nation.
And you trust them the most.
And you know that despite what happens with their offense,
Kirby
defense will
and
Kirby with prep time. He's back
and legitimately that's the only coach right now that you would sit there and say in a big national spot, he's the only one that can do it.
He can get the job done. Tennessee. Oh, Nico starts to complete these passes like he's been these last 2 weeks.
That Tennessee defense.
That Tennessee offense is going to look good, and that Tennessee defense is going to carry the load.
Exactly. Miami,
we have the best offense in the nation. We have the best quarterback in the nation. We might have the Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback, and our defense will get us at least one or two stops. And guess what?
That's all they need.
LSU 2019.
That's all they need.
Oh, we're going to put the points to back this shit up.
That's all they need.
Alabama, hey, we beat Georgia. We know we have a winning pedigree. And yeah, our defense is looking bad, but our offense can put up points anytime we need them to. Indiana, we got to see it. BYU, our defense is playing fucking amazing. We're putting belts at everybody's ass. Playing at BYU is impossible to do. We usually do not lose games in the state of Utah. I'm SMU. Only team I lost to is BYU. They're undefeated, and it took them a game-winning field goal. LSU. All right, yeah, we'll host a first-round game. How many people come into?
Nobody.
How many people go to LSU?
That's very rare.
I want to play at LSU. No.
And then we're
at Penn State.
And then hold on, Tom, we're saying all this, and we're still not mentioning the fact Boise State went into Austin Stadium and lost by 3 points. If you're sitting there telling me that how many teams are you sitting there telling me right now will go into Oregon at 8 o'clock and keep it within 3? There's not many. You're naming what? Maybe Oregon, Ohio State, and
maybe Georgia.
And Georgia. No, I'm saying no.
I don't trust Texas to do it. I mean, shit, I can make a case for Texas being when Ewers cuts down these standard turnovers. Guess what? Texas is right back.
And this is why I sat there and said, like, before the playoff expanded, I was like, this needs to expand to something because there's going to be so many teams.
Imagine if it was still 4 this year.
Oh no,
it would have been hell.
It would not. The way that the committees out the building will be burning down right now for what they will be. Because I don't know what they would do. I really, truly do not know because by the end of the season, it's going to be to where it's like, okay, are you going to – I don't even want to get into it.
Because you would have to be excessively excessive with the dropping after someone loses a game. Because Penn State can't drop back to 5 after a loss. No, you have to – hey, bro, I know you play top 5 team in the nation, but you lost. You got to take that can – back of the line, number 10.
Yeah, no.
Like
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Huh?
We're going to find out a lot. And everything starts this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, because Georgia, Ole Miss, Bama, LSU, whichever loses out of those 2 matchups, SEC's out the window. SEC champs, no, you're not. So, what are you expecting from both Georgia, Ole Miss, and Alabama, LSU?
Let's start with the night game because I think the night game is going to be the most either way game out of the 2, out of Georgia and Ole Miss and then Bama and LSU. Bama and LSU, you truly have a case for picking any side.
There's no wrong.
There's no wrong answer. You're not going to look at like you're crazy for any answer.
Mm-hmm.
I truly, what's insane? I trust Bama's talent more than I trust LSU's. I trust LSU's offense against Bama's defense. I don't know.
So, Kevon, what does that mean? Who do you trust to win the game? Because
Garrett Nussmeier is going to throw you 2 picks. He is. I'm sorry. He's going to throw you 2 picks. Is Bama going to catch them? I don't know. Their defense is god-awful. Their defense is legitimately, they got booked back a little bit because they got the 31-0 win over Missouri the last time they were on the football field. So it makes it look like their defense is okay.
Bad. Yeah, bring the average down a little bit.
When we sit there and look at this defense, they're tied for 42nd in total yards. 35th in passing yards, and 64th in running yards. And they give up, and they don't get to the quarterback that well. They're tied for 54th in sacks. Now you going against I just told you what they are against pass. You going against the number 6 passing offense in the nation. That's Nussmeier. I mean, don't get me wrong. He gonna throw you some picks, but he also gonna sling. He gonna sling that motherfucker too. Now, they're going to. I believe this is going to be a high-scoring affair. That I will be legitimately baffled if this game is not over 54. I'm legitimately over that. It's the over under. No, I couldn't say the same thing about Tennessee only because Tennessee's defense, I believe, could get a stop. The over under is at 58. I don't know if I trust it enough to put the over on it because I don't know what I'm getting from Milroe. I don't know if
you don't know what you're getting from Ryan either.
That's valid, but I don't think that LSU's defense is that crazy to where they can sit there and hold them for 4 quarters. You got LSU's defense who's allowing over 300 yards a game. They're allowing 230 yards in the pass and 130 on the ground. But Bama can't run the ball. They can't. Their running backs look like
their best rusher
is their quarterback.
It's Jalen.
I am more than likely going to take LSU. I think I'm going to take LSU only because they're at home.
Yeah, that's valid.
Bama is crazy. Bama is 0-4 against the spread in the last 4 games against ranked opponents. 0-4. And their spread right now is 2.5. Meaning that if you're not covering, unless they're getting that 1-point victory at a 2-point conversion at the end of the game to end the game, are they really winning this? LSU 6-1 against the spread, and that's against ranked opponents, and when they're at home. I'm taking LSU to win outright, only because I can't trust this Bama defense. I just can't. I saw what Carson Beck did in that second half, but I also know that the same thing that Carson Beck did in the first half can happen with Nussmeier.
Shit, the same thing that Nico did in the second half against him too.
And that's valid.
Fourth quarter.
But the thing is, man, and I'm not trying to play devil's advocate and play both sides. DeBoer off a bye is going to sit there and get freaky out there. And
off the bye shit.
I mean, we saw what he did against Georgia. I can't sit there and say I can't count them out. Like I said, I'm going to take LSU, but I can't count them out. I don't think it's going to be just a by far win for LSU. I think they're going to clutch it out in the end, in the fourth quarter, only because I don't think Bama's defense is going to tighten up. That's it.
I know I had a bad week last week. My fellow Americans. I had a bad week last Saturday. It's a very bad week. I took a lot of underdogs, Kevon.
Yeah, you did.
Took 0-2.
Yeah.
But guess what? We're going to want to know with the underdogs this week because Mr. Lacey is going to – that young man's – he's different. He flashed the gun, metaphorically, at USC. He upped the pole on the young man, too. Ricky run away.
Yep.
He about to make a motherfucking name for himself. I don't see a way. I don't think Alabama can keep up scoring-wise. That is number one. I don't think they can keep up scoring-wise. And their defense is god-awful, Kevon.
It is.
Like, it is god-awful. So give me the LSU money line, please. Mr. Lacey, the original YN of college football. You don't know what YN is. I don't know. Am I thinking it's over for the Della? Okay. Well, he walked off set. This must have been a great pick by me. But this other game, Ole Miss and Georgia. Welcome back. Ole Miss and Georgia. I feel like we've talked about this ad nauseum. It means at a very far extent. That's what makes us nauseous. Nausea. If it's not going to be this year, Lane ain't never going to beat.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's over.
Yeah.
Like, it's my.
Consider yourself like.
You will always be little, bro.
Yes.
You'll always be a tier 2 team.
You're not getting a better opportunity than this.
You're out the playoff.
Yes.
If you're Ole Miss, you need to be like, hey, we ain't ever going to be down the big dog because we're going to be a little dog at the table every year. We're at the little kiddie table down there. Especially now with Texas in the building. But I still don't think it's going to be enough. I done seen Ole Miss lose to one Kentucky team that when I was at Kent State's homecoming, blew my parlay. Bro, do you remember that day? Bro's parlay also got baffled. But in their defense, they lost at home too. Like, what are we talking about? They lost to Kentucky at the crib.
They did. Same Kentucky team that almost beat Georgia too.
I don't give a damn where they did it. Okay. Yes, because I know Carson's going to give you at least one.
Oh, he might give you 2. He might give you 3.
You trust Jackson Dart against his defense? Hell fucking no. And that's I just need some conciseness, you know. Give me Georgia. Well, hold on. Let me look at the points. I want to make sure I'm giving y'all a
2.5.
Georgia minus 2.5, easy. And then if I'm wrong, I'm still right because I got Georgia missing the playoff anyway. The floor is yours, Mr. Belcher. It's a win-win.
So, I'd be stupid to sit there and say I don't trust Kirby Smart in a big game. I'd legitimately be dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he lost to Bama. Great, cool. Everybody gets a million. I saw what he did against Texas.
Belt.
Basically, yeah. But what I will say is, Kirby, without a doubt, does not like mobile quarterbacks, and Jackson Dart is that. What I also will say for Lane Kiffin, I think he's coaching, not for his job. I think he's coaching for a level up.
Yeah, his status.
Yes. I think that if he wants to be put into these conversations that people want to put him in, that he wants to be put in, he has to win this game. Without a doubt. I think he's going to be coaching carefree. I don't think that...
the clip.
You have to. You have to empty the clip. What Sark did when Texas played Georgia, I don't think he truly just let it all go, if that makes sense. Immunity in that as well. I need to make sure that Trey is playing for Ole Miss, their wide receiver, their best receiver, Trey Wallace. I need also... Lane is definitely like one of those guys that's going to be like, F it. I'm going to throw this fade regardless.
Yeah, I expect a lot of trick plays too.
It hurts that they lost their running back last week, but I don't know how much that was going to make a difference anyway, because I don't think Georgia was giving that up. I trust, like I said, Kirby Smart and that defense to show up for a big game. What I don't trust is Carson Beck. I don't. I just don't. I mean, the most interceptions in the nation, and he's done it in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He has the most interceptions in the nation right now, out of the Power 4.
3 weeks.
And he did it all in 3 weeks.
Yes.
If there is not one thing I will sit there and say, anything good about Ole Miss's defense is they can stop the run. They can stop the run. And what you will always usually think is Georgia can always run the ball, but this year they have not been able to do that.
It's like they're kind of reluctant to. Like,
yeah, I don't even think it's just a reluctant to. I mean, it's not like they're not trying to. I think ETN is trying to get this game, but I mean, how much of it can he do by himself? Because I don't think this offensive line is going too crazy. I don't think they're playing bad at all, but I don't think they're that amazing either. And if I'm Ole Miss, I'm daring you to pass the ball. I'm daring you. Because Carson Beck can't beat me. I don't believe that. If I'm them. Ole Miss has the best defense they probably had within this Lane Kiffin era. With the NIL and everything. He wants to talk about Ohio State all the time with his $20 million.
My boy,
he was spending that cheese too. You was spending that cheese too. Ole Miss is only allowing 82 yards a game in the run game. Amazing. I'm taking that. Taking it to the bank every week. They have 41 sacks this season.
It's a lot.
That D-line is getting back there.
A lot of sacks. Pause.
But their pass game, they're allowing 234. Beck can do that. He can sling the ball now. I'm not saying that he can't throw it, but
he's going to throw it to the right.
Is he going to throw it? Exactly. I might burn on this.
Say it.
I might burn on this.
Oh.
I'm taking Lane Kiffin. I got Ole Miss beating the spread and getting the outright win. Only because you got Ole Miss at home. You want to complain about Ole Miss not getting home games? That's what you want to complain about, Lane Kiffin? You win this game, you get a night game. You get one. And you get back into the playoff.
I mean, shit,
you get back
in the night game. It's dark as hell at fucking 2 p.m. Shit.
They're only allowing 13 points on defense. Like you said, if you don't do it now, you're not doing it ever. You're not getting a better. The front two of your D tackles are the best of you probably will ever get. And this offense, again, like I said, as long as they get their best receiver back, I'm taking Ole Miss to get this victory. Granted, we thought that Ole Miss had a shot last season. They went to Athens, Georgia, and got that ass whooped.
Sent back.
59 to what? 0 or something like that. It was something
insane.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
So, Kevin, how sure confident are you in
this pick? If it was a scale of 1 to 10 of how if 10 being that I was putting my rent on the victory, I would say probably about a 4. I'll probably say a 4 because I.
How do you feel about 50 push-ups on it?
I mean, you still owe me 50 push-ups anyway. Shout out to them guys.
Sheridan will always have my disdain.
Shout out to New Lex. Shout out to Carson Kellogg and Isaiah Stevens and Bentley. But I was you want double or nothing?
I'll give you the points. Yeah.
You give me the points.
Yeah. It's 2.5. I'm not worried about that. Game-winning field goal, my cover.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
That's a bad handshake.
I'll take the bet. Ole Miss.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Who's that coming down the track? The beam machine in the red and black. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
Lane Kiffin, if there was any time that I asked you to be a top 5 coach in the nation, it is this week. I better not see you get pantsed on national television.
Captain Underpants.
Because if you do, I don't want to hear anybody else talk about him being all this great offensive coordinator. I mean, granted, their offense is looking amazing. But listen,
great.
They better get it done.
I hope he gets fired so he can be the OC at Michigan.
He's not.
That'd be great.
He's not doing that.
So usually around this time we do a little break, but I kind of got a little too passionate about those rankings, you know. So no break. We're just gonna segue by. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you comment. If you like the content, hit that bell icon. You know, after you subscribe, it'll be right there at the bottom. You know, help out your local sports people. Now back to the show. So, Kevon, trade deadline just passed.
It did.
I'm not going to say when it passed. We're going to keep this date kind of ambiguous. Je ne sais quoi. What was the biggest trade from yesterday?
Obviously, I would say that it would be Marshawn's to Washington.
Kevon, how cooked are we as NFC East fans?
I would not. I mean, you, yeah, me, not really in the NFC East. So
there you go with this bull.
Just saying. Washington is definitely making a push, as they should, with the rookie quarterback, to try to get as good as they can.
Oh, he said, "Oh, you cheap, cheap."
I will also say that the Lions getting Zadarius Smith, if they can get a solid Zadarius, it will be.
Yeah.
It doesn't move me to where it's like, oh, they're a lock, but it's to where it's like, oh no, it's making this defense 2% better. That's all. I mean, you're not really asking for much of what you can get. I mean, you're not getting much out of like a guy of like you're not getting a Myles Garrett. You're not getting a Crosby in a trade deadline. So you gotta take what you can get. I would, if we're being honest, I would also include Hopkins because they got him so late. Hopkins clearly by far looks like he's the guy now for the Chiefs outside of Travis, obviously.
Fucking 14 catches? My boy.
Yeah, I mean outside of Travis. It's clear that once they get a little bit more healthier at receiver, I mean we're really just it's inevitable. Truly, it's inevitable. Your Texans are going to be cooked because that pass, them corners are not going to know what to do. And their offensive line does not, do anything. I don't know why the Texans did not try to get something in the offensive line room.
Anybody screwed.
I would have thought that you give up a second rounder maybe to Dallas to try to get Zach Martin or somebody on that offense. Well, not somebody, just him on the offensive line. They are not helping CJ enough to make this the same type of move that the Washington Commanders made. So I don't get that. Also, I don't know why the Bengals are standing pat. I mean, you get Khalil Herbert, cool, That doesn't
what
move.
is that doing for you?
I mean, you add a power back. Cool. I don't know what else. I mean, because I guess you lose Zach Moss. Not moving. I think there was a lot of teams. The Cowboys trading for Mingo with a 4th round pick lost the fuck out of me.
CD needs some help.
With Jonathan Mingo, who is not even probably their 3rd best receiver at the moment, he's been trash.
So did Urban.
He's been trash. I mean, the potential could be there, but you're not getting anything out of that. I mean, the Cowboys season is done.
And who predicted that?
I mean, I legitimately.
Who predicted that before the season?
I legitimately said that.
I said the Commanders will beat the Cowboys.
You have Dak out for four weeks, and you trade for another receiver to do what?
So why isn't Trey Lance starting? I'm not understanding. Why not? Why? I know we're talking about trade deadline. We're going to pivot a little bit to some Cowboys stuff. I'm sorry. So you have Cooper Rush starting. Why the hell would you trade for Trey Lance if you're not going to start him in an emergency situation? How ass is this man that you're not going to at least start him? Why is he on the roster? Why?
My thing is with that, you're in a win-win situation with him. Starting at quarterback.
Hey,
if he looks good, you can either trade him or you can let it ride and then try to see if Dak is tradable. Second of all,
got this nice place out there in Vegas for you, Dak. No say tax.
If you're losing these games because Trey Lance is that bad, you're getting a top 3 pick. If you're winning these games, then you know Trey Lance
is the guy.
Is good enough to take over for Dak. And the thing is with this, I think the Cowboys are setting themselves up to be the worst team in the division for the next 3 to 4 years, and that's me being honest. And that's me being honest. Micah is going to get paid.
By who?
There's no way you're not paying him. So either by that means you're cutting at least half of your roster to where you have to pay this man, or you're trading him. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You're trading picks to get a receiver that is not going to be complementary to your offense, and yet
need a running back.
You need all these people to rebuild your roster, and you still are paying the highest paid quarterback and one of the highest paid receivers in the league.
And you low-key bid it against yourself for the quarterback.
You need almost every position on your offensive line.
Yes.
You need another receiver.
Yes.
You need a running back.
For damn sure.
You need probably more than likely another end to help Micah so that he's not out there on the field getting hurt every season like he does.
Yes.
And you need one more linebacker. You want to keep the secondary? That's fine. That's cool. You need everything else damn near. And you're doing that how? Because let's be honest, if the Giants get a quarterback,
Shadir to the Giants, we might make the fucking Super Bowl. That defense, let's get Shadir. Get a nice little RBC.
The Cowboys are looking like they're chalked for the foreseeable future.
They are going down a very much so a Saints path. Bringing this full
that's
circle.
literally what it looks like.
Because the Saints needed to get out of some contracts. Then we moved off Marshawn, which doesn't make sense to me.
I would have thought they would have moved off more.
I thought they would have moved off from Marshawn. Thought they were going to move on from, honestly, Alvin Kamara.
I thought Cam Jordan was going to get – I thought that's who the Lions were going to go after, if you want me to be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like the Saints come up to him like, hey, man, like, you're on the tail end. If you don't want to be a part of this, we're rebuilding. I understand. But I could see it being like a situation where it's like, hey.
But if you're going to the Lions, you're getting the same thing. You're getting something out of it.
I'm Cam Jordan, but my whole family here, maybe I want to stay here or something. But you only move off Marshawn's contract? That's it? I mean, 2 years, 36 mil. That's what you were so pressed to get off your books. My boy, you're negative 61 mil over the cap. You're $61 million over the cap next year. You thought 18 mil was going to put a dent in that? Because boy, oh boy, you just made the fucking Commanders a top 4 team in the conference. Why would you do this to us? Because, hey, don't look now. Yeah, okay, you can look now. Commanders played the Saints week 15. Hey, this was under I'm taking. Olave, under. Derek Carr, under. Derek Carr to throw an interception. Sprinkle. Because,
I mean, their defense has been picking it up the last couple of weeks.
And it was the whole point of the trade deadline, to improve on what you need for the end of the season. Because what, $18 million for a top 5 cornerback in the league? Please sign me up. Please. I mean,
he's been playing. I mean, they put this stat on PFF. For every 30 pass plays,
it's a lot.
he's allowing 1 catch.
That's a lot.
That's lockup. We call that seatbelt. Marshawn has been. He hasn't allowed a touchdown in single coverage since 2021.
Damn. He was 30 back then.
Shut up. It is legitimately a great pickup for Washington. I don't know how more teams weren't able to give up that 3rd and 4th round pick. Especially
million a year.
Especially off the simple fact of I would have thought that they would have tried to ship him over to
the AFC.
Yeah. And then not to mention, if that was what the asking price was, what the fuck was Baltimore doing? Because that defense is looking pathetic.
I mean, you get Trey White, but
that's not moving anything. Trey White hasn't been
he's washed just like Marlon Humphrey is.
I wouldn't say Humphrey is as washed as Trey White. He's still probably a top 20 corner. He's probably more closer to the 20 end now, but
20's crazy.
You see what Marshawn was giving up as far as what the picks were, and you don't make a move, and this is your time now. You're not getting a better offense than what you have, because I mean, this is looking like one of the best backfields that we've ever seen. Honestly, if we're being honest, with Lamar and Derrick Henry, and you bolstered your receiving core, adding Deontay Johnson.
Right.
The defense is an issue. You need more. You're not getting past the Chiefs with your defense looking the way it is, unless you're just telling me that you're going to get the ball last and you're going to be outscoring them. That's the only way. You got to get past Houston with that pass defense as well.
We saw how that tried to end out for us. We're going to have the ball last. We're going to win. Yeah,
I'm just saying. Baltimore, I think they should have did more.
So, how much do you think this trade moves up the Commanders? Because you said you still believe in your Rams.
I do.
You still believe in the Lions, which is very, very true. And you were kind of big on the Packers.
I was. I'm not. I think that the Washington Commanders have supplanted the Green Bay Packers for sure. As in, they're in that top 3 conversation. And I would not be mad if people had them over the Rams as well. Only because I would trust the Rams more, but I can see why Washington would be over them. And I'm not going to lie to you, they still have to get past Philly. Philly is looking their offense, though I do not like their coach.
Playing great.
I mean, they're
going to stay healthy.
If he can stay healthy, they can still dominate that Washington defense. To me, I don't think anybody's stopping that offense in the NFC, honestly. So, I'm taking Matt Stafford against that defense. I'm taking probably the Eagles against that defense. I'm taking the Lions against that defense, obviously. But Washington's offense is always going to be a threat. So I can see them as a top 3, maybe 4th at max. So they're in the conversation. They're in the conversation. They still have to win a division, but they're in the conversation.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Any given stayed up too late. I'm getting old. Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you did a pretty good job on this rundown, Kevon.
Yeah.
Very proud of you.
I think we kind of had this conversation. I think I want to have this one last conversation with you. We had this conversation a little bit, it's a tad bit, and gets in this group chat with this Lamar Jackson thing. I'm just saying. Lamar Jackson deserves credit. You of all people need to apologize to Lamar Jackson.
He's playing good.
He's playing great.
He's a Hall of Famer already.
He's playing great.
Yes, I understand.
He's on pace to have 4,000 yards passing.
Finally.
And also damn near have 1,000 yards rushing. If that does not move you, he will have his third MVP. I'm just saying, if he wins the Super Bowl this year, how is he not in the conversation with Aaron Rodgers? I mean, we're talking about longevity, maybe. Okay, cool.
Four MVPs.
He's unanimous MVP.
Unanimous stuff doesn't move me. Ask Steph Curry.
So you're saying that a 4,000, 1,000 yard season like you're in college football does not move you?
You got it. But no, he cannot jump Aaron yet.
So where would you have him ranked all time?
This is what Ty has fun. We have number one, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. Easily number one. Number two, Mr. Mahomes. Hello. I see you out there. Number three, you have Peyton.
You have Peyton over Joe Montana.
Shit. Number three, we have Joe Montana. Number four, we have Peyton. Number five, we have Aaron. If you're a scenario of Super Bowl MVP this year and regular season MVP to make it his third MVP, I'll put Lamar right there at 6, which isn't bad.
Okay.
I mean, he's way better than Brett Favre. Brett Favre's an overrated bum. He's a bust. He sucks. He's not that
bust
good.
is crazy.
He's not a bust. He's very overrated. He throws like the dumbest interceptions in history. Those are like a freaking 12-year-old playing Madden on all Madden. He's an idiot. He's trash. Overrated. Fuck Brett Favre.
Okay.
Anyways.
There's a lot of hostility versus an old man.
Yeah, go put on your fucking Wranglers and go somewhere else. Bastard.
It's really crazy.
But yeah, Lamar will be the top 6.
So then would you
He's
be
better
mad?
than Drew Brees, yes.
Would you be mad if they said that he was the best quarterback in the league next season if he did all this?
No.
Would you have him above everybody?
No. Because Patrick is still playing football.
So even if he beats Patrick to get to the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl, you would?
He finally beats Patrick Mahomes, so now he's better than him? No.
So where would you have him? Second?
Yeah.
Respectable.
Patrick, Lamar, CJ. Joshua.
I would probably have Josh.
I really do not see Lamar winning this over Joshua.
Winning what?
This year's MVP.
Well, with the pace that he's on, I can see that.
Which one's hard to do?
I mean,
who's more impressive right now?
I would say Lamar's more impressive. I would definitely say Lamar's more.
Your best offensive player is James Cook before Amari Cooper got there.
That's valid, but Lamar's what he's doing. I mean, you're asking the same thing of what Josh Allen is doing passing-wise. I mean, don't get me wrong. Zay Flowers is 1,000 times better than everything that Josh Allen has.
Every damn thing. Derrick Henry's 1,000 times better than James Cook.
Yeah, but you're not passing the ball to Derrick Henry for real.
Yeah, because he can't do it.
I mean, you get basically the same production out of tight ends. You got Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is moving you that much that you're top 4 in the league in passing yards. Is
Rashad Bateman wide receiver 1 on the Bills without Amari Cooper?
He would have an argument. I'm not for sure saying that he would be. You would over Keon Coleman. I would not sit there and say that you're automatically a number 1 receiver. I mean, I sat there and saw Rashad Bateman legitimately have the football bounce off his face. I'm not.
Sounds like a Tiana Trump party to me.
I mean,
shout out to Tiana at least.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Lamar Jackson's third in passing yards right now, tied for second in touchdowns, and he's doing amazing in the run game. I mean, he has 500 rushing yards.
It's great for him.
How's that not MVP?
Not my MVP. Joshua Allen, MVP as of right now. Midseason award. Said it last week. Joshua, you got it. Saskatchewan. Kevon. This is very much. No, we can wrap the show soon, like very soon. I have one question for you. It's a comparison of two things that you very much so love. How is the Sasuke retrieval arc not better than the Pain arc? How, Kevon? How?
I'm not about to have this discussion.
How?
I'm not having this discussion. We're not talking about this.
It had more stakes, Kevon. Nope.
It had more stakes. And what way?
No, it should have had more stakes.
It had more stakes.
Look. So this kind of stems from.
And what way did it have more stakes?
I got Kevon a Naruto shirt the other day. My biggest gripe with Naruto is overrated to me in anime sense.
Why are we having this conversation?
Because it's very important. I just have to play. I need the platform. There's a platform. Neji should have died.
But he didn't.
Choji should have died.
But he didn't.
In the Sasuke retrieval arc.
But he didn't.
Neither of them did anything important after that. Have him die and be like, oh shit. It's getting serious in this show. Because Neji's death in the Sasuke retrieval arc, would that not be 20 times more impactful than in the 4th Great Ninja War? Which is very overrated. Very overrated. Very. We're talking about the Drunken Fist, Kevon. That's damn near better than everything in the Pain arc. But Planetary Devastation is probably the top 5 greatest episodes of anime.
You just sat here and tried to lie to me and said there was more things at stake.
Yeah, because everybody brought back to life.
You lied.
Besides Jiraiya, because he was in the bottom of the ocean.
You lied.
Who is?
And nobody died.
And
nobody died in the Sasuke retrieval.
Come on, if they would have died, would that not
and
be
you're saying no,
hey,
and you're saying, and even if you don't want to take the death stakes out of it, they were literally fighting for nothing just to bring him back home. If Naruto loses that fight against Pain, the entire world is done for.
Is it done for? Or is everybody taking a nice nap?
No, they're
Infinite Tsukiyomi, nice nap.
And they're gonna die.
No, they'll be taking a nice nap.
And they will die.
Eventually.
Exactly.
But they'll be taking a nice nap.
So tell me.
Does a nap not sound good right now, Kevon?
I'm just saying, you lost me.
Your biggest villain in the show is trying to have everybody take a nap.
It's not what he's.
Infinite Tsukiyomi, a long nap.
I wouldn't say he was the biggest villain, but okay.
Who was the biggest villain?
The one that came after him. It's legitimately the biggest villain.
Kage is not a good fucking final villain, Kevon.
We can end the show.
Anyways, Do the Whistle episode 18, 17.
You need to keep.
Thank you for tuning in to Through the Whistle
18.
episode 18. I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. We'll be back on Monday. I will not be back on Monday. Kevon will be back on Monday. He's having a dolo pod. Y'all try not to, tear the man apart. We'll probably, you won't have any push-ups because we don't have a tiebreaker. You know what? We can find a way. We can have like a contingency or something. I'll text you about it or something. But back on Monday. Have a good Veterans Day weekend. God bless you all. Y'all have a good night, man. Through the Whistle episode 18. That was a bad throw. That's a bad throw. Through the Whistle.